Crimson Desert comes out this week, and I feel like I've not heard this much hype about a game in a very long time. I swear I cannot scroll anywhere without seeing people hyped and excited about this game. This might also be algorithms at work. But people compare this game to The Witcher 3, Breath of the Wild, to Red Dead Redemption 2, to Skyrim. I have not played any of these games. I live under a rock. But one thing I know is that people love these games, that people praise these games for how great they are. I want to take you through a lot of the reasons why I am and many others are so excited about Crimson Desert.
It's time.
Okay, let's talk about the world. The world is called Hyrule, and it's big. And when we're talking big here, we're talking big as in like double the size of Skyrim is what people said. Hyrule has 5 regions. When you start the game, you start at Hernand. It's a really nice area with mountains and grass to touch, which we all need to do. And it's really nice. Next, we have Pylun. It's a snowy northern homeland of your clan. We will come back to the clan thing in a bit. It's like a snowy region. And then there's Demonis. I don't know if I say it right. You can see the name right here. It's like the political and military part of the world. And then there's Delicia, and that area is full of science and technology. There's flying machines and robots and stuff like that. Kind of looks so different in a way with what we have there. I think that's so cool, and this is one of the areas I'm really looking forward to. And then of course there's the actual Crimson Desert, and it looks like a desert. Who would have thought? Also, very important, the entire map is open from the start, so it means that you don't have to do a bazillion quests to get to a new area. You don't have to reach a certain point to get to a new area. You can walk wherever you want to do. For example, one reviewer didn't do quests, didn't do anything, didn't gather anything, didn't do nothing like that. He just walked with his horsey through the world for 4 hours straight without doing any quests or anything, any boss fights, nothing. You can just freely explore. However, it needs to be said that each area, the enemies will have a certain difficulty. So if you reach an area that is much harder and you don't have the skills unlocked, could get tricky. Okay, when we talk about the world, let's also talk about the weather. It has a dynamic day and night cycle and also weather system, which means, for example, there was 2 people at the same event and they did the same boss fight, and one person did it at night while it was raining and it was stormy, whereas the other person did it on bright daylight with the sun beaming down. And that's just because it took a person longer to get to that point. Everyone's experience will be different based on how long you take to explore and what you do. Oh, and then also, when it's dark in this game, it's actually dark. You know, in some games where it's like kind of bluish, kind of like it's kind of bright, but a little bit of tint. But in this game, it's dark. You can kind of see it like just around you when you have the lantern. Also, a lot of people pointed this out and were excited about this. The water in this game looks so beautiful. The waves and the waterfall, and that is something that people praised on social media a lot. I personally also think that it looks really nice. And when whoa, why we are talking about the water, when it rains, for example, and then it stops raining, right? You know, in some games it's just like, oh, it's done, and then the floor is dry, but in this game it leaves puddles behind. The ground is wet. You actually can kind of feel the weight of the weather. Someone was in an area, it was like jungly area, and there was the rain and fog, and it really felt like a storm, and they explain how nice it was. And when they had their lantern on, they could see the raindrops nicely falling while they had their lantern out. You know, it's those little things that I think is a big reason why people are excited about this game, and the details for me as well, where I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And I think in general, this is what a lot of people makes them excited seeing these things. It's like the world is not just big, the game is not just pretty, but it has these little details that just makes it so exciting to want to experience, right? Before we talk about the characters, I quickly do want to talk about what's in the world. One thing that I found really interesting is there's so many little systems in this game too. People said the devs crammed like a lot of stuff in the game. For example, there's a bounty hunting system where you can find wanted posters and then track the criminals down and then catch them and drag them to the jail, which, by the way, you can go to jail. So they showed a clip where Cliff yoinked something from a villager, and then Eventually his wanted level went up, so your wanted level can go up. Also, when you attack people in a region, your wanted level will go up slowly, and eventually the whole region can get mad at you, which will make it hard to get through that area because, well, they're all aggroed onto you. But yeah, if your wanted level reach high and you get caught, you can also get thrown into jail just like that. Oh, and then also another thing another thing that I saw in a trailer, which is again just the small things in a way, which eventually, if there are a lot of small things, it just makes it so exciting. Cliff just walks around and someone comes and robs him, and then it is up to you to catch that person and to get your own justice. You can pet a lot of the animals in Crimson Desert. You can carry them around. You can pet the animals. You can tame horses. From what I saw, you can also level up your horse, and it learns new moves when it levels up. You can steal people's animals and raise them, by the way. There's cooking. There's fishing. By the way, I will talk about it in combat as well, but there was this one clip where Cliff learns fishing by observing someone fishing. So there's fishing, farming, cooking, hunting, can mine in the game. You have your own camp, which you can expand and then decorate, as you can see here. Wow, we talked about camp and this and that. Let's talk about the character. The main character that you start with, his name is Cliff. He does look very, very, very pretty. He is one of the Greymanes. Greymanes is your clan. You know, I indicated before, you also have a camp and so on and so on. And then while you progress through the story, you will unlock more characters. So there's 2 more characters. Oh, also, when we talk about characters, you can customize Cliff and the other characters, but you cannot fully create your own character. So there's options to customize your character, like you can see here. You can change your hairstyle, hair color. There's a lot of color options. Armor color, so there's a lot of options. So as we said, there's Cliff, which is like an all-around character. He has a shield and a sword. Then there is the female character. Her name is Damian. I don't know if I say her name right. She is like a ranged melee hybrid character. She can fight from the distance and then up close too. I'm looking forward to playing her because she looks really nice. And then there is Unka. He's big, he is an orc, and he has an axe. So he is kind of like a tank-ish with heavy attacks and so on. Each of them have their own unique skill tree, by the way, and combat style and weapons as well. They're not just a reskin of each other. People said they play completely different. To the skill system, it can be said that it really got people excited. Someone who played this in the playtest, they said the skill menu might be one of the best they have ever seen, because almost every single unlock gives you a brand new move or ability, not just a stat increase like it does in some games. Like I said, there are weapons. When you switch the weapons, your moves will change too, which people found really nice. I think that's a really cool thing. I was super excited about the combat when I saw it. So combat is like one of the big things. When I saw the trailer, I was like, wait a moment. Actually, let me rewind and watch it again. There's swords, shields, spears, two-handed axes, greatsword, bows, and also magic. You can switch between them freely depending on your situations. You can freely make your own playstyle in a way. One thing that is so exciting about the combat and something I indicated before about the fishing is that, for example, when you go into a boss fight, you can observe the boss's moves. You can also do it with other non-bosses, like the fishing. For example, you can see here, you can observe the boss's move and then use it next time. Another way to get a boss's ability is obviously killing them, and so you take their power. There's like a bunch of other things you can do in the combat. Also, when we talk about combat, very important, there's 29 mounts in the game, and from what I've heard, you can use them also in the combat, kind of like this bear. While I'm already looking at the statistic, I want to include this in my video. There's 467 people, there's 110 factions, there's 573 territories, there's 401 creatures, there's 76 bosses. By the way, bosses, you can find videos from a few bosses on the YouTube channel of Crimson Desert. I will include short clips of them right here.
Over there! They've all gone and doomed ourselves! Shit. If one could call him that. I'm desperately seeking his bastard boy.
when no sons were left of his noble line.
One other thing I saw in the trailer where it's like, I want to play this game, and that is dragon. You can ride a dragon. You can use that dragon to spit down fire onto a camp. You can also fall off the dragon, which we might do to test it out, of course. A lot of puzzles in this game too. If you like puzzles, there's a lot. There's hidden secret. There's cool things you can do. For example, in one event, a developer grabbed the controller and there was this puzzle where there are vines along the wall and you had to get the vines off. And so what the dev did, they used the sword and reflected the sun onto the vines until they burned off. So there's like these small things and details again that are just so cool. And I have people like, oh my god, I want to explore this. I want to see this for myself. I want to experience this. Let's talk about my concerns. Okay. I have 2 concerns, and those are obviously the performance. I am scared that my PC won't be able to handle it that well. I have a decent PC, I have a 3080, but I also run my stream program and so on. I'm a bit scared. However, I do want to say one thing that people pointed out. So when we talk about details, rain, this, that, and these, one cool thing about this game, which I didn't know, is that, so this game is made by Pearl Abyss, which are also the makers of Black Desert Online, and they have their own engine. It's called Black Space Engine. They are not relying on Unreal Engine at all. They made their own engine for Black Desert Online and now also for this game and optimize things and such. Obviously, this is like one of the things where people are like, oh, I hope this will make the performance better. It'll be nicer. They did come out with recommended specs for the PC, and the minimum requirement was a 1060. Obviously, it won't look as nice as the clips that I shown, but still, a 1060 nowadays, it's like almost unheard of. And then for the ultimate graphic settings and 4K is recommended at 5070. You can find all of the details below. And then another concern for me is because combat was like the biggest plus, it's like one of the bigger points that made me stop at the trailer. Obviously, no, it's the other things as well. I want to explore, I want to see the rain for myself. I want to have a bear mount. I want to ride the dragon. I want to explore and steal people's produce. But another thing is obviously because combat is something I'm super interested in, is that maybe I won't like it as much. I am scared that it won't feel as satisfying. People did say it feels really satisfying, but yeah, it's just one of my concerns where I'm like, I don't know if I will like it. Hope I will like it. But it's always something that is a hit or miss for me in some games. So we will have to see what comes of it and if I will like it. I'm very excited. Also, they did say, because someone told me, oh, if this would be multiplayer, I would love it so much. I heard that maybe in the future they would work on a multiplayer, but that I cannot say, and that's like, I don't know, that really is like something on their priority that they want to do for this game. For now, it's single player. Basically, all the things that I find extremely cool. Oh, wait, I didn't mention it. There's a mecha you can get in the game, a mecha. You can also recolor it and all the things. It's so cool. When I also saw that, I was like, that's so cool. I'll be streaming this game on Friday and Saturday, and hopefully after, I hope to make a video about my first playthrough as well. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel. This is my first ever video in this style too. I've never done it before. I'd really appreciate your support. Thank you also so much to my Patreons for your continuous support, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!